Yeah. Well, let's get into it. Let's talk about the WNBA All-Star list that was revealed. Here is the All-Star team here. I mean, I guess let's talk about first off. I want to highlight this because the voting this year compared to last year, crazy. So just an example. So the top three from last year: 95,000 for Asia, 87 for Dewey, 72 for BG.
10x, bro.
This year, Caitlin Clark leads it with 700,000. Aaliyah Boston comes in second with 618K. Asia comes in third with 607. Business is booming. Business is booming, y'all. So I just wanted to highlight that because like that's massive. Like that is an incredible difference. And like
only 2 weeks of voting, right? Like the window it's not like people are voting for a month. Like this is in 2 weeks. Almost a million people casted a ballot for Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, like that is nuts. And like even like as you continue going down, like there's not some crazy drop off or anything. Like the list like continues with the fan votes to that kind of caliber, that boost that we're seeing this year. So just generally dope that is happening. But I wanted to bring the fan vote up because Caitlin and Angel are both rookies, both all-stars, and both completely deserve it. Right. Like these are you could have a whole genuine all-star game this year. These are two of the best players in the league. Like they are having two of the best seasons in the league. Like there's no planet where these two are not all-stars together. And I can't wait to see them on the same team. Like I 4 verts from Caitlin to Angel is gonna look like prime Tom Brady to Randy Moss. Like I need Angel Moss and Team USA. Like I need her going for 700 receiving yards. Like I'm very excited. Like that is obviously like the combo I'm excited for the most. I'm also very excited for Alyssa Thomas versus DeWanna Bonner. I think that's just funny to me. That's just generally funny because they're both so competitive that I'm very excited to see if they get into it at all. Like I just think that'd be funny. But for you, any names that stand out, good or bad, on this list, and then we can get into who was left off. But just we'll stick with the list for now, and then we'll get into who was left off.
I mean, I just in my heart of hearts, I do not feel like, given where the voting window like open and closed, I don't think any players on the Wings and Dream should have made it. I'm sorry. Like these are two teams that went on extended losing streaks during the open voting for All-Star, and I get it. Enrique is even a previous MVP in the All-Star game. And I know it's not all about team success, but like your teams stink.
Yeah, it's pretty wicked.
And you guys are not rookies. You guys are established players in this league, right? So that is where I like quibble because obviously Enrique is a guard, and so we can get into who I think should have taken that spot, and then Alicia Gray. I'm unsure if I can't remember because was she a guard or a?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't. If y'all in the chat know what she was listed at, let us know. Also, for y'all, put your snubs and who you replace in the chat too. I'm interested in seeing what y'all think. But yeah, continue. Like I'm with you. Like there's several names on this list that.
And I think listen, like Aaliyah Boston, I understand that she was the second, or she got the second most votes.
Yep, second.
Right.
Yep.
So like I get fans want to see her. She was not on my ballot, although she's come on a lot stronger in the last couple of weeks. But when I just think about front court players this year, who
let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Who came out just firing on all cylinders?
Yes.
Ezi Magbegor.
Come on, man. What are we doing here?
It's a travesty. We're talking about a player who, outside of Asia Wilson, is the only other player in the discussion right now, truly for Defensive Player of the Year, has made an incredible leap on the offensive end, is playing on a contender. and is a big part of the reason why they're having the success that they're having, right?
Yeah.
A player who was an all-star a season ago when the team was absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Much improved now, and she just should have been an all-star and not an alternate, not a replacement player.
It was a no-brainer to me. Like, this was like when had you had me name my all-star team, Ezi would have been at the very just top of my mind of duh. Like what how I genuine shock to me that she was not I think she's taking a just in averages a slight dip in points, but the eye test and what she's doing, and obviously you factor in the added talent to this team. One, you can tell that she's gotten better on the offensive end. She's averaging a career high on rebounds. The defense is the defense. We know what she's bringing on that end. There is zero excuse that she is not on this team. There, none. Bree Jones could have been over her. Aaliyah Boston could have been over her. There's no way. There's no way.
A very, even keeled coach.
Mm-hmm.
I need her to get in the presser cussing people out.
Yeah.
Whether that be your colleagues, the media, fan, again, maybe it's a West Coast thing. They play late at night oftentimes because they're on the West Coast or something. So maybe people aren't watching what she's doing for this team. But you need to tune in, folks. Again, the last time we went live, or second to last time we went live, you had a very hot take about Ezi.
Yes.
And
they're hurting her resume.
Yeah.
We're building a Mount Rushmore resume here. We're come on now. They're hurting my agenda.
Yeah.
This is a player that is if she has always kind of I think the switch is kind of starting to flip on the offensive end for her. I think we're kind of actively seeing that. And there's this, I can't wrap my head around it. It's hard to even kind of process the words for my genuine shock that she was on this team. I figured she would be first off the board type. I genuinely,
right. If we were reverting back to all-star formats of years past, where we get 2 captains and everyone's choosing 11 players to fill out their rosters, there's no doubt in my mind that Ezi's in somebody's 5. You know what I mean?
No, near the top. Come on. What are we doing here? That was for me far and away. There's several players on this list you could take off in my eyes for Ezi, and not even that necessarily some of them don't deserve to be all-stars. It's just that Ezi has been at that higher level. There is, like I said, I can't fathom.
We're talking about a player who, when it's all said and done this season, will likely be on an all WNBA team.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd be interested in knowing how many all WNBA players haven't been on all-star teams. I don't know. I don't know how. There could be several. I don't know. But that would be something I need to look into. Because what are we doing here? What are we doing here? For me, that's easily the biggest snub. I know a lot of people. I saw talking about Kennedy, like you just mentioned.
Yeah, I also think another player who should be on this list. Listen, I understand that her role has changed in the last, week or so, and now being a starter for the Chicago Sky, but she was the best player off the bench in the league by a wide margin prior to that. And then she hasn't missed a beat being inserted into the Chicago starting lineup. Pound for pound, one of the most exciting guards to watch in this league. Obviously I'm hoping that the little dust up that she had with Caitlin didn't impact this whatsoever.
Yeah.
And it also would have been nice to see them team up too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Caitlin's been complimentary of her, right?
Yeah.
Caitlin watches, she knows the kind of player that Kennedy is. And so she absolutely should have been an all-star as well. And she deserves it after everything that she's kind of been through in this league too, right?
It would have been a really dope way to not cap off the season. There's obviously much more to go, but the growth that we've seen from her being off rosters,
growth, right? Yeah, to reward the growth. And I don't know. Maybe Chicago didn't campaign hard enough. I see some people saying Dejanay.
Yeah, that was the other name that I had seen probably the most, because I put a little tweet out asking how people were feeling, and Kennedy and Dejanay were the two that I had the most.
I feel like
reprised
Kennedy, like her consistency night in, night out as a reliable perimeter scorer for Chicago, should be rewarded. Period.
Yeah. No, I'm complete agreement. Like I am pretty well shot. Like Ezi's still like the top of the top for me, snub wise, but Kennedy is up there for me too. I know. I also saw several like Benaja mentions as well for a potential All-Star snub.
Missed a couple games,
yeah.
missed some games with the knee stuff, and again, at most teams have played 20 games so far. So like missing kind of matters a lot, right? They only play 40 games in the WNBA.
Right, for sure.
So, I mean, Nneka's also missed a few games. And like again, like Nneka getting on probably impacts Ezi's ability to make the team. And even with that, like I do think Ezi should have made it over Nneka as well.
I do too.
Yeah, Dejanay, listen, she's had some massive matchups against Caitlin Clark, but outside of that, she's just been a very stable and solid contributor to the Connecticut Sun. I don't think that her All-Star case is that strong.
Yeah, I would have been cool with it. Had she made it, I would have had no problem with it. But when I think of my what the hell meter compared to Ezi or Kennedy, it's not nearly as high for Dejanay. But like I would have been cool with it had she made it, especially kind of to your point, like maybe an Alicia Gray doesn't make it and you have Dejanay on there. I wouldn't have been too hurt by that. Like that would that wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I think the other thing that I had seen, just thinking of the reaction that I had kind of seen just from the general Twitter public of W Twitter, was that the Fever had 3 All-Stars.
Sorry.
Yeah. Let's
no shade. Again,
we were just complimenting you. Yeah, it's the growth
for sure,
not the season.
No. But no,
not the season.
Not over Kennedy Carter. No.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like Dejanay would have been another one there. Where it's like, okay,
the Fever being at 9 and having 3 All-Stars
is pretty wicked. Like, yeah. Like there's, and Kelsey does feel like the odd one out for me on that one. Like, and even though Aaliyah also started the season slower, so like, honestly, had it just been Caitlin on this list, I would have been okay with that. Like I would. I
think Aaliyah Boston was always going to get in because of votes.
Right.
Base, but and that's okay too. But like, not at the expense of like people whose case was just like stamped. You know?
Yeah. No, no, that was what was kind of shocking to me. Like immediately, that's where my eyes jumped to first. Was like, oh damn, Kelsey Mitchell's on here. Where the hell is Ezi? Like that was kind of my like thought process of it all. Because like a lot of these names like are pretty like we're familiar with All-Star games here. Like obviously you have the 2 rookies, but I think Kayla McBride would probably be the most like unfamiliar name to kind of the All-Star scene. Like obviously Kelsey was just her first time All-Star last year. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get the voting. I know we had we had a little bit of transparent, not about who voted what, but like the rankings of the voting. So I hope that we get that. But there's no way that Ezi Magbegor is on All-Star. I can't get over it.
Listen, she got her first tech this season, in her brief but very impactful career for the Seattle Storm. I don't know. Maybe she's gotta get this mean streak to
listen. It's like the Asia 4th place vote. I need this. Like you want to talk about flipping the switch on offense? I need this. Yeah. This is what is. Listen, hold on. This is the moment. What are you
prepared to do about it?
This is the moment. That Ezi Magbegor helps my agenda come true. That is what I'm ready to see. But I know we'll both be in. Are you gonna be in Phoenix?
I don't think so.
Damn. Well, I'll be in Phoenix, so we'll have some boots on the ground coverage for All-Star. So I know we'll definitely be there, and we'll have some stuff posted on the Twitter and everything, so you guys can all find that there on the Substack, on the YouTube.
Substack is going crazy right now.
Listen, hey, I need everyone to
tap in. like written coverage on the WNBA women's basketball history, Andrew is working on some incredible stuff right now that you're going to want to read over and over again, talk about and share with anyone you also know who's a women's basketball enthusiast. What's your guys' starting lineup for Team WNBA?
Oh, that's a good question. We can get to it real quick.
That's a great question, Timothy.
So, like, are we based on this season? Like, is that what we're, or like, are we like, what are we thinking here?
I don't know what Team USA starting five will be, but just pick your starting five right here.
Oh, damn. Okay. I mean, Caitlin's the only point guard.
Yeah. Okay. Caitlin's starting.
Yeah.
Give me Caitlin. If I'm going off of this season alone and like how well they played, give me Caitlin, give me De'Erica, give me Duana.
Yeah, I'm with you so far. Yeah.
Give me Angel. Quit fucking playing.
I'm saying no. I literally we're right here with it. And then
and I mean, I guess give me McBride as the shooter. She's shooting 50% from three.
Yeah, it might
Angel
be
kicking out to her on offensive rebounds for threes. Like, I mean, it's an all-star game. It's not how they would typically play, but
right. Yeah. Right.
Well, yeah, that's the starting five I would want to see from Team WNBA.
Nah, that's pretty. Like, I mean, because like if we're going like at their like what John Qual am I getting? Like, like I mean, obviously, like if you're drafted for All-Star, it's different than a regular game. But yeah, that starting lineup, honestly, like I'm right here with you, like that. So Caitlin, Angel, Bonner, Hamby, McBride.
Yeah.
That's a no cap space All-Star starting lineup. There we go. I'm assuming everyone's hitting. Listen, I need Caitlin and Kayla to be on. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how competitive that game is, actually. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'd want to beat Team USA.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
listen, that would have been fun to have Kennedy back there just to go do it again. Go beat Team USA again.
Yeah,
she's at A&M.
Experience, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, I don't know. Every year something happens where some alternates end up getting named and stuff like that. So, but if I were Kennedy and Ezi, I'd deny the invitation and go.
Yeah, don't play with me like that.
Go on a vacation during All-Star break.
Come on.
I mean, Ezi's already.
I'm about to say Ezi's going to be on her way.
So join Team Australia a little early or something, and Kennedy, woosah, get it, so you can finish out the season strong for the Chicago Sky because they're going to need you.
There you go. All right, y'all. That was talking All-Star. That was talking today. Listen, I like genuinely speaking, we have a good month planned for y'all here on No Cap Space for July. We got some dope interviews lined up. If you haven't checked out our interview with Sanaya Rivers that just dropped this morning, that was fantastic. Like, that was one of my favorite interviews that we've been able to do. Check that out. I know tomorrow on Substack, the Legendarium, the first piece of Legendarium is dropping, where our guy Andrew has been deep diving, turning stones that have never been unturned within women's basketball to tell the stories of decades and decades worth of women's basketball history. And I'm like, this is not an exaggeration. Like, he's been in the lab, and I'm very excited for y'all to see that. That'll be on the Substack tomorrow. And yeah, you can find all that in the link below. So make sure you're subscribed here so you don't miss on any notifications when we go live. We're gonna have some All-Star coverage on deck on All-Star on YouTube, Substack, Twitter, across the board. Find all the links down below, and we'll see you next time.